recently had the opportunity to shoot the Pilot Mountain Arms Long Range Precision Rifle course in Rose Hill, North Carolina. It was a 2-day class. This class, in short, is the most thorough but not overwhelming overview and intro to precision rifle that I've seen, especially in the open market in a 2-day course. Brian Searcy talks about a mission, a match, or a hunt, and I think this course will set you up for success in any of those three endeavors. So we'll talk through a little bit about what the course was like, go through each training day, and we'll show some footage from the class overall. So the class is held in Rose Hill, North Carolina. It's a private range. You have out to over 1,300 yards, which is awesome. You have a multitude of steel targets, probably over 40 targets out there. What I really like about them is that all the targets are to scale. So the deer is the size of a deer, the pig is the size of a pig, etc. So you're really getting a good feel of how things look in your reticle at true distance. The overall round count is set for 220. And by the time we got to the end of training day 2 into the free shoot period, I had fired exactly 210 rounds. So really indicative that the course is very well managed. They have a great handle on what is going on in the course, what's going to happen on each day, each training day, and that kind of like precision in training and like understanding of what's going to happen, I think kind of carries through. So let's go through training day 1 here. First thing that happened was we all got together, did introduction. So Brian Searcy taught the class. He has a really illustrious career. He talked a little bit about it just to establish credibility. And I think that what's interesting is that you have individuals who, like Brian, went to SOTIC, the Special Operations Target Introduction Course, Sniper School, in 1988, but they never evolved. And Brian is not that guy. He is 100% up to date on everything, and that's just really nice to see. So you have the combination of long history, a lot of experience, but everything's up to date. So this is the class you want to be in. We talked about the range card. So again, like organized class, we got a range card of the range both at the berm and then also from the tower. So completely well-organized class. Again, not something you see too often. We talked about the spotting scope. So another thing about the class are that the logistics are really perfect. Every shooter spotter pair has their own spotting scope provided. That's awesome. Brian noted that 50% of the value in that class comes from the spotting scope, seeing through the scope, seeing trace, seeing all the wind. So again, great there. Talked about the prone position, a little bit about parallax, shooter spotter dialogue, the importance and the effects of cant, breathing trigger control, all of that. And then Brian did a demo. We talked about spin drift a little bit. We talked about recoil mitigation, suppressor effects, millimeter relationships, so all of this stuff kind of getting you ready to get your gun set up and then zero your rifle. So you're being crawl, walk, run throughout the whole process there. Talked about zero discussion. We zero the rifles as well, of course. I was shooting one of their loaner guns, so a rifle built by Brian, 6.5 Creedmoor rifle that was incredibly accurate. I'll drop the group in there in the video, but badass rifle. We did some shooter spotter pair data collection, which is doing two things for you. You're getting data collection on your rifle and you're building that dialogue with your shooter or spotter. So again, setting up for success for the rest of the course. That brought us to lunch, then we moved back to the tower, so we have the full 1,300 yards. We did some more discussion about ballistics, wind, air density, and then we started talking about the Kestrel. So I think the Kestrel portion of this class is very unique in that, again, he takes you through everything with the Kestrel, so you are ready to now go off, do a mission, a match, or a hunt with your Kestrel, and you are 100% ready. And this is another thing that I think is unique about this class, is that you can take this class with loaner gear, learn everything you need to learn, and then make good decisions about what gear to purchase. Or you show up with your equipment and you finish with all of your gear set up perfectly to go forward and train, compete, or whatever you're gonna do. So really big there. We wrapped up, and something unique to this class is that we were allowed to take our Kestrels home that we were borrowing, which I know a lot of people that hand out Kestrels overnight like that, but encouraged to work with them. So we went and did that.
I'm going to move my head either forward or back to kind of see where I need to be on this rifle so that I'm centered at the scope.
So Brian did a great job talking about the prone position, setting up the rifle. I think he just did an excellent job of kind of setting that foundation without talking over people's heads and without being too verbose.
Rest my face on this thing. If your rifle's not set up correctly, I will tell you that after about 2 hours of shooting, your neck is going to be very fatigued, your eyes are going to be very fatigued.
All right, so I'm just down here getting my first 5 rounds, doing that good 0. You can see it was kind of a windy day, which was good for training. Beautiful range facility. Targets are set up excellently. We're just here getting our first 5 rounds, getting a little bit of coaching, and I think you can really get a sense for just how nice the range is and how well we are set up for success within our zeroing process. You have plenty of room on that line to get everything done that you need to get done.
Goddamn, where'd you learn how to shoot?
300-yard target first, huh, that A1?
Roger.
So we see Brian's going to demo, and I think, again, that points out just the highlight of this course is that you have the instructor demoing everything. He's showing you how to do everything right, and he's not, old and washed up. He can still bring it.
And I'm going for the head, brother.
Roger.
Look, got ears on? Gun up.
Send it.
Alright, good center hit. I'm holding about 3/10 left on wind, just based on the wind that we've got coming down. We're going to go to the next target. So we're going to go to the next target to the right. It's 400-yard target. I'm going to dial 1.71 on the gun. 0.7. Going to the next target. Isaiah Orange on the bottom right corner.
Roger.
Going for a head again. Hold 4/10. Got it.
Send it.
Okay, a little bit more. I held a little bit too much, so I'm going to take off on that a little bit. Try to center that shot up. Gun up.
Send it.
There we go. Good center hit, right? Going to the next target, right? So 550. It's that target that's down to the right. It's to the right. It's a little bit further down. Data says 2.95. I'm going to dial 3. Gun up.
Send it.
So I'm holding too much wind, so I'm going to dial it down again. Gun up.
Send it.
All right, so Brian's about to demo on the 987-yard target.
Go for the dot on the dash.
Roger, solid copy.
Gun up.
Send it. Impact. Just
All right, I'm going to try to center that up real quick. Gun up.
Send it. Impact. Top left.
A little high. Yeah. Wind looked like it was good. It was going to bring it down a little bit. Gun up.
Send it.
There we go.
Send it. Just right of center.
So we're really worried about just elevation.
Elevation's perfect.
Yep. So I'll write that down.
So right here, we're just getting data on those guns, and we're confirming that the data that the Kestrel gave us, the holds, matches up with reality. So now we can take that information and true the Kestrel, true the data, and then going forward, all your data is going to be much more accurate. And then you're also working again on that shooter-spotter dialogue.
A little bit lower, but not much.
I'll send another.
Here, try the body.
Same target there, all you going for?
4.7.
400.
Send another 400 up the body. Shooter ready.
Ready, send it. All right, body. You are dead center.
The second day, we started with a field shoot. We had a bunch of stages given to us, so really flowing into kind of like what things are like in competition now. We then did a zero confirmation. We did a stage with all dials, a stage with no dial, a stage with one dial, so kind of getting a feel for each kind of way you would shoot a stage. Talked about those methods and why you would do them, so really good stuff there. Essentially talking about dialing max point blank, stuff like that. We moved on to talking about the use of barricades, shooting bags, all that kind of stuff. And I think that you'll see, again, we're getting into everything that's modern. It wasn't just belly shooting. Finally, in the afternoon on training day 2, we did a very, very comprehensive wind class that was probably, again, one of the best that I've seen. We talked about wind formula, talked about confirming that in the Kestrel, so again, bringing all of that kind of data together. Then we shot a variety of stages again, and I kind of wrapped up the training. So Brian is demonstrating a 4 headshot drill at 440 yards with a no shoot in between 2 of those head targets.
Gun is up now.
So I'm running a drill here where I'm engaging targets from 100 out to 400 with a kind of max point blank 0 on the gun. And we're just running that gun for speed and trying to get our hits as fast as possible.
Oh, go shoot first, okay. All right.
So who is this class for? I think if you're just starting off, this is a great way to have a solid foundation. But I would say that even Tiger Woods has a swing coach. So for me, I have a little bit of background in precision rifle. I've shot a ton of gas gun stuff as of late, but it was still good for me to kind of go through everything, get refreshed on the Kestrel, get refreshed on wind effects, shoot everything out to distance, do good data collection, and it was just great. So in conclusion, I think, again, this is like a holistic course that's not drinking from a fire hose. It's everything you need, nothing you don't. You're not wasting time. You're not wasting ammo. There's no fluff. And you're getting taught by an instructor and his cadre of AIs who are really just great all around. They're never going to make you feel like you're asking a dumb question. So I encourage you guys, let me know what questions you have in the comments. If you're looking for a good long-range precision course, check out Pop Mountain Arms and Brian Searcy. Thanks.
Impact! Impact!
RF 550.
Yep. Impact! Impact!
Next up. Yeah, I'm up. All right, 6.
Yep. Impact!
Gun up. Send it. Impact.
Impact!
And 7.
Yep. Impact!
Impact.
Impact! Good.